YouTube. A little update here. It's been a while since I posted. Been just super busy. I've been fighting a bunch of illness lately and I just haven't had time. A little bit of burnout on the whole YouTube thing, but we'll try to keep it going. I'm gonna do some work on the Jeep today. Hit these guys up. Gonna do some injector swap. These are original and they're leaking. It's not so much, but when you turn the key and it pressurizes, it leaks, and I'm gonna fix that. So I went ahead and got these KS, and these are from a different vehicle, but they rebuilt. And there's 4-hole injectors here versus 1 hole that comes stock on this guy from 1990. So while I'm in here replacing O-rings, I figured I'd upgrade to something new. So I'm gonna do that today. So label all these wires and figure that out. Put a new valve cover gasket on it, painted it kind of a gray. I gotta finish sanding these louvers. I kind of wish I went black again, but we'll see how the gray feels for a while. And you can see I sanded those rear louvers. I'm gonna do the front ones. Bring that aluminum out. And then I got this belt. I'm gonna try this guy out. So I'm getting a lot of belt stretch. I tighten it and then it gets back to loose and then it squeals. If you just look down here, all that black right there on the frame is all rubber from off that belt. It's covered my whole alternator down here. So you can kind of see. So it's definitely squealing on this bottom one for some reason. So I gotta work on that. Hopefully the belt helps that out. So I got some work to do, but I'm gonna focus on these injectors today. But I figured I'd give you a little update. I'm gonna be working on the Jeep a little bit. I'm trying to get it back on the road so that I can go to the shop and I'm gonna do some work, build a new port. I want to flip a few subs over, give it a try, change the volume of the box. I've never really played with it since I built it. As you can see, this is totally supposed to be temporary, and it was just duct taped. So I'm gonna put some time into it. I want to open it up a little bit and lengthen it to keep my tuning, but get the port area back up. But the subs are in the way, so I'm gonna flip the front 3 over, I think, and give that a shot. Try to get my tuning adjusted a little better, and see if we can't get some more gains out of this. So, and then I got tweeters falling out. This guy fell out. I gotta glue it back in. So, maintenance. But that's the update. So I'm gonna get to work on that and let you guys see it when it's running. All right, so I did the injector swap. And you can see the little new black ones are in there. And they're not running right. Well, the engine's not running right with them. It's a little bit rich. You can kind of smell it. And it's got random missing. And I've gone through and I've unplugged each one at a time, checked. And they're all firing, but I'm wondering if one's staying open or if they're just putting too much fuel in it, which is possible. And I got these from K Suspension. Doesn't have the label on here, but ksuspension.com. And the guy's really helpful and took the time. And I told him what my problem was, and he decided to have me try out this other set. This is a yellow set. A little bit different design, probably different fuel amount. I don't remember the specs or anything, but totally for free. So I told him, all right, well then I'll go ahead and swap them, see if it helps me out, and send you back these guys. So they're really treating me good customer service, helped me work out through my problem. I mean, it runs, but it's just really rich. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this apart. So this is a 1990 Jeep Cherokee Renix edition. So like the 87 through 90 are gonna be about the same. And the things you gotta remove in order to do this. Minimal amount of things is I like to pop this out of the way just a little bit. You want to pull this little nut to free up this fuel line because you got to unplug the line. You got this bolt for the rail, that bolt for the rail, that bolt for the rail, and that bolt for the rail. This is the input for the fuel, so that's got to be pulled. In order to completely detach the rail, so you can pop all the injectors out, you also want to drain the pressure right here. It's a little like a valve you can press and it bleeds it out a little bit. But anyway, to completely remove the rail, you have to undo this throttle linkage for the kick down on the transmission. And that's going to be some Torx. I forget what the size was, like T20s or something. You can't really see back there. But right here, there's two, and then there's a third one. So you gotta pull that off. You don't have to pull it completely off. I just take two of them. You can swing it back, and it leaves you just enough clearance to get the rail off. It helps to unplug this plug if it's in your way. And then you gotta unplug the injectors. And they're just little clips. So we gotta do all those. And then this vacuum line is gotta go. And then once you get all that out of your way, you can pop the rail out. And all the injectors will come up with it. Then you can swap the injectors out right off the rail with the new O-rings. Don't forget your little clips here. I forgot my clips the first time. Put it all back together and the injectors were in the wrong spot. Like they can kind of walk back and forth. And then it would leak. So you gotta make sure to put the clips so it puts them right in the place they're supposed to be, so that the O-ring will seat correctly in the manifold there. So you also want to label them. What I did was just took a piece of tape, marked the front one on each pair, so I knew what the front pair was, or the front cylinder. So it's actually pretty straightforward. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this guy off again, replace, and see what it does. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so you got rail off now. See all the injectors hanging out on it. If you can see what I'm doing here, just pop this clip off. Okay, and then the injector will pull straight out. I think I'm dripping some fuel too. Kind of stuck. Lost my O-ring, but you get the point here. I got a bunch of fuel coming out. But I'm gonna pull all these guys out, and then we can go ahead and load it up with the new ones. I'm gonna use a little bit of Vaseline on these things so you can slide the O-rings in real nice. So that's gonna be the next step. All right, so we got all these new. Well, these are refurbished injectors, but I want to make sure these O-rings are protected when you insert them into the rail and into the motor. This is the motor side. This is the rail side. So pretty much use a little bit of Vaseline. You don't need a lot. You get a little bit, and you just kind of coat that O-ring just a little bit, just so it'll easily slide in without tearing the seal is the main priority here. These little O-rings, if they get a little pinch in them or something, they're pretty much useless. So you just want to do both O-rings, just a little light coat on them. You don't want to get it in with the fuel too much. You don't want to get it up on this ridge. You don't want to get it out down here, just on the O-ring. And then if you take a fuel rail, it sits in the car kind of like this, and you want your plug facing up, so you're going to insert it about that direction, and then they should pop in pretty snug. Just be gentle with them. There, went in. And then not to forget your little clip. There should be a groove somewhere on it, so might have to pull it back out slightly to find your little groove. And the clip will slide on there. It's kind of tough to hold on to this guy. And just make sure it's in a little groove on them, and you should be good to go and get it installed in the vehicle. So we're going to do that on all these, and then we'll see how it does. Alright, so I got all these plopped in. They just kind of slide right in when you stick the rail back on. I'm going to go ahead and hook up some of the fuel lines and put the bolts in and test to see if there's any leaks before I actually put everything back together. These are really notorious for leaking if they're incorrectly positioned or installed, so I'm gonna probably end up fighting it a little bit like I did last time, but it's the name of the game. So I'm gonna put the minimal amount of things back together just so I can test the pressure and make sure we don't have any leaks. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and we'll wish me luck. They're likely gonna leak. You'll see them towards the bottom just start dripping fuel down, or up here start dripping fuel down the whole little injector. So I think it's running a lot better now. It definitely must have been just the wrong injector, or we had a bad one, but this new set is working. No more missing, idling really nicely. Doesn't smell bad, like a lot of fuel. It's not missing anymore. Pretty good. Feels very happy. Have to go take on a test ride. We ended up having no leaks. We're gonna keep an eye on it, but it looks pretty good right now. So I'm just gonna start buttoning everything back up before it gets too hot. Rip off all my little tape and stuff, but yeah, it's a lot better. Running good.